Hello everyone, my name is Bailey Chenault, and today I will be introducing you to the TPACK framework. TPACK is a framework for teacher knowledge. More specifically, it stands for technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge. These three knowledge areas work together to increase student motivation and make the content more accessible to students. When teachers have this balanced knowledge mindset, student learning improves. Content knowledge can be considered the what. It refers to the subject matter that you are teaching, such as science, social studies, math, ELA, computer, etc. It's important to realize that how one teaches varies greatly between subjects. There are many different concepts, organizational frameworks, practices, and approaches within each content area. Pedagogical knowledge can be referred to as the how. Pedagogy is the way a teacher interacts with students to teach and convey knowledge to them. Teachers have to have an understanding of student learning, classroom management, instructional strategies, and assessments. They also must take into consideration cognitive and social theories and decide which strategies are most effective for her students. Technological knowledge is known as the partner. This is to emphasize the idea that using technology itself is not the outcome, and we should not base our lesson off of it. Instead, it should aid in making the knowledge accessible to students. Teachers must have a technological knowledge to determine what technology tools would enhance the lesson and if incorporating technology would be beneficial. These three knowledges overlap in various sections, making three subtypes aside from TPACK. Pedagogical content knowledge, PCK, is when teachers apply their knowledge of what strategies work well with a certain content area. Technological pedagogical knowledge, TPK, involves an understanding of the relationship between technology and pedagogy. Teachers know when certain tools will or will not work well with specific teaching strategies. They consider the pros and cons and then decide in which context technology would function best. Lastly, we have technological content knowledge, TCK. A teacher should know when using technology will enhance students' understanding of the content, when it will be neutral, and when it would hinder student learning. They should also know which tools work best within certain content. Now, back in the center we have TPACK. TPACK is referred to as the sweet spot because it combines all of these knowledge attributes equally to produce effective teaching. It's important to note that there are many possible ways to use this approach appropriately. Teachers must recognize that these three categories work together and limit each other, so they must think flexibly and creatively as they work with these components. But when you combine the three in the right ways, they influence each other into becoming a powerful teaching strategy. So the big question now is, how do I get started with applying such a framework? Expert educators carefully considered this and found that a good starting point is to be aware of the range of learning activity types that are possible. Then one should consider which content area correlates and what digital or non-digital tools would be effective for implementation. To help with this overwhelming task, learning activity type taxonomies for each content were made. The taxonomy lists the activity, gives a brief description, then states which technological resources would suit the activity. From there, teachers can use their knowledge of their own students to combine and create activities that meets all of their learners' needs. To help with planning using learning activity type taxonomies, a 5-step process was created and is detailed in the Practitioner's Guide to Technology, Pedagogy, and Content Knowledge, Rich Media Cases of Teacher Knowledge. The steps are to choose learning goals, consider classroom and school context, select activity types to combine and sequence, select assessment strategies, and select tools or resources. Today you have learned about the TPACK framework, which includes the knowledge of technology, pedagogy, and content to inform instruction. You may also be wondering, why go through all of the effort to use the TPACK framework? Well, the answer is simple and pure. It improves student learning. As teachers are incorporating a vast range of learning activities, more student learning needs and preferences are being met, their engagement is maintained, and their understanding of the content is being solidified in a deeper way.